Tanjiro Kamado bids farewell to his family as they watch him leave with a basket of charcoal on his back. He makes his way down the mountain to the nearby village, where the villagers welcome him warmly and express their gratitude for his assistance in selling them charcoal. As the night draws near and with an empty basket, Tanjiro decides to journey back up the mountain through the snow. At the base of the mountain, an elderly man halts his progress and offers him lodging for the night, warning him of the dangers of demons who roam at night. Although Tanjiro is confident that his keen sense of smell will protect him, he agrees to the offer after the old man insists. Tanjiro starts the journey up the mountain the next morning, and as he approaches his family's home, he smells blood. Rushing back to his family's house, he finds that his worst fears have come true. His family has been brutally murdered, and the door is left ajar with bloodstains in the snow. The only family member that is still alive is his younger sister, Nezuko, whom he finds unconscious but still warm. When he picks her up, she unexpectedly transforms into a demon, and the siblings tumble off a cliff into the snow below. As Tanjiro tries to reach his sister, Nezuko turns on him, now in a savage, non-human state. Just as he fears for his life, a young swordsman arrives, charging towards them. Tanjiro attempts to defend his sister, but is met with anger and disbelief from the swordsman, who sees Nezuko as a demon. After explaining that she is his sister and not a threat, the swordsman warns him that once a person is turned into a demon, they can never be turned back to their human form. Tanjiro pleads with the swordsman to spare Nezuko's life, and the swordsman eventually relents, choosing to spare them both. When Tanjiro regains consciousness, he finds his sister beside him, muzzled to prevent her from attacking humans. The swordsman instructs Tanjiro to seek out a particular elderly man who lives at the foot of Mount Tsuyuri and mentions his name, warning him not to expose Nezuko to sunlight. As Tanjiro and Nezuko journey towards their destination, they stop at a temple as night falls. There, they discover a demon feasting on a corpse, and a violent encounter ensues. Although Tanjiro manages to sever the demon's throat, its body heals itself, and its severed head continues to speak. With the help of Nezuko, Tanjiro pins the demon's head to a tree and battles the body, but they almost fall off a cliff. Luckily, Nezuko pulls them back in time. As they stand there wondering how to defeat the demon, a masked man appears, informing Tanjiro that he cannot kill the demon with a knife. However, before Tanjiro can act, the sun rises, killing the demon. The masked man reveals himself to be a person Tanjiro was sent to find, and though he doubts Tanjiro's ability, he agrees to train him. Urokodaki, the masked man, took Tanjiro to his home at the foot of the mountain and told him that the real test would begin there. They climbed up the mountain until Urokodaki suddenly stopped and gave Tanjiro a challenge. If he could make it back down before sunrise, he would agree to train him. Tanjiro soon realized that the mountain was filled with traps and the challenge was going to be much harder than he thought. After a grueling night of avoiding traps, Tanjiro barely made it down in time for sunrise. Urokodaki agreed to train Tanjiro and take care of his demon sister, as he had promised in Giyu's letter. The training began with Tanjiro descending the mountain, and as each descent became easier, the traps became deadlier. He was eventually allowed to carry a sword, but the extra weight proved to be a hindrance. Urokodaki taught Tanjiro how to use the sword in battle and a special breathing technique called total concentration breathing. He promised to teach him all 10 forms of water breathing, which was his specialty. Tanjiro practiced diligently for the next 6 months, but he felt frustrated as he was only able to scratch the surface. One day, a boy wearing a fox mask appeared and scolded Tanjiro for whining. He challenged Tanjiro to attack him, and although Tanjiro was worried that the boy only had a wooden sword, it proved to be more than enough. The boy taught Tanjiro that simply repeating from memory wasn't enough to master a technique. He needed to pound the lessons into his body until they became second nature. After being rendered unconscious by his attacker, Tanjiro wakes up to the sight of a young girl introducing herself as Mikomo, while the boy who attacked him is named Sapito. The girl stresses the importance of total concentration breathing, insisting that the only way to truly master it is to keep practicing until it becomes second nature, even if it means sacrificing one's life. For the next 6 months, Tanjiro trains in total concentration breathing, pushing himself to the limit and coming close to death, but ultimately stopping short of death's door. One day, Tanjiro gains the confidence to challenge Sabito to a one-on-one fight. Tanjiro's blade slices through Mikomo's mask, revealing a smile beneath it, and he realizes that he has finally mastered total concentration breathing. However, he soon discovers that the boulder, not Mikomo's mask, was the target of his attack. Urokodaki, Tanjiro's mentor, appears and admits that he believed Tanjiro would fail, but he congratulates him on his success. Urokodaki has nothing more to teach him, but warns him that the path ahead will be difficult. Urokodaki informs Tanjiro that demons gain strength based on the number of people they have eaten, with some even gaining the ability to use blood demon arts. Tanjiro tells him about the two children he met, Mikomo and Sabito, but Urokodaki is shocked, wondering how Tanjiro could know the names of the deceased. When Tanjiro arrives at final selection, he is amazed by the out-of-season wisteria surrounding the mountain. A pair of twin girls explain that demons hate the flower, and as such, they are trapped on the mountain. The final selection lasts for 7 days, and whoever survives will become a demon slayer. On the first day, Tanjiro encounters a demon attacking from above, but another demon soon appears, and they begin to argue, allowing Tanjiro to kill them both at once. Tanjiro realizes that the demon slayer's Nichiren swords are the only weapons besides sunlight that can kill demons. Hearing the screams of another applicant, Tanjiro finds a giant demon covered in arms chasing them. After seeing it swallow another applicant whole, Tanjiro steps in to save the other. The demon becomes enraged after asking whether they're in the same era and admits that it has eaten at least 50 would-be demon slayers, including 13 of Urokodaki's students. It targets them because Urokodaki imprisoned him on the mountain 47 years ago. When the demon describes Mikomo and Sabito, Tanjiro is shocked to learn that they are dead, and that this demon is the reason why. The demon uses Tanjiro's emotions against him, inciting him to attack while enraged. Mikomo worries whether Tanjiro can win, while Sabito can't say for certain, although he was the one who cut through the largest boulder. Tanjiro headbutts the demon's arm and runs along it, getting closer than the demon anticipated. Though not worried, the demon's neck is extremely thick, almost as thick as his skull. Tanjiro uses water breathing and severs the demon's head using first form. Water surface slash. As the demon's form begins to dissipate, Tanjiro detects a scent of sadness and extends his hand, praying that he does not become a demon in his next life. In the fog, Tanjiro sees the souls of all the other students who weren't as lucky finally able to rest. In the following days, Tanjiro tirelessly searches for a way to change his sister back from being a demon. However, none of the demons he encounters offer any useful information. After 7 days, Tanjiro returns to the shrine where their journey began and is surprised to find that only 4 out of 10 candidates survived the final selection. The twin survivors explain that there are 10 ranks, starting with the lowest rank, Mizunoto. They are each assigned a crow for communication, but one of the boys is dismayed to receive a sparrow instead. Another survivor becomes increasingly frustrated when he has to wait 15 days for his Nichiren katana to be forged from the ore that they select themselves. Meanwhile, a man receives a message from a Kasugai crow that there are only 5 survivors in total. Exhausted from his efforts, Tanjiro returns to Urokodaki's and sees Nezuko awake for the first time since their arrival. Urokodaki embraces them both and hypothesizes that instead of consuming humans, Nezuko can recover her strength by sleeping. After 15 days, Tanjiro's katana is finally ready, and the swordsmith is excited to see his hair color, expecting the blade to turn bright red. However, he is disappointed when the blade turns out to be black. Not much is known about the properties of black blades, and their users usually do not live long, making them a bad omen. After receiving his first mission, Tanjiro dons his Demon Slayer Corps uniform made of lightweight, strong fiber resistant to lesser demon fangs. Before they leave, Urokodaki hands him a box to carry Nezuko in. Upon arriving in the town for his first mission, Tanjiro meets Kazumi, who was the last person to see the latest victim alive. Kazumi takes Tanjiro to the site of his significant other's disappearance, and a dark, inky spot on the floor follows a girl as she makes her way to bed in another part of town. 2 arms sprout from the ground as the spot envelops her. Tanjiro picks up the scent and rushes to find her, but discovers the alley is empty. He stabs the ground where the scent is strongest, revealing the demon and girl lurking below the surface. However, the demon only responds with angry screeching when Tanjiro demands to know where the other missing girls are. Kadaki had previously shared with Tanjiro that the first demon, Muzen Kibutsuji, who had become a demon over 1,000 years ago, was the only one who could create them and might be able to answer his questions. Tanjiro tries to strike the demon below the surface, but he misses all of its vulnerable spots. As all three demons have the same scent, it becomes clear that one demon has split into three. When the demon attempts to grab Tanjiro, Nezuko escapes from her box and protects him just in time. If you'd like to see what happens next, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more exciting stories like this. Take care.